Hello guys, Admiral Black here with Evan,
Hi.
and we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo that recently came out. I'll let you start off. What were your thoughts on the demo for this game?
I thought it taught us quite a bit about what the game's going to be like, but it also felt very short. Even some of the here's the story of the demo stuff they added was kind of, not very it was informative, but it wasn't very engaging, I guess. Like they had a short catch thing you could do, but I wasn't very interested in it.
Yeah, there wasn't much to do in the demo itself. I don't see that necessarily as a bad thing because it was just a demo at the end of the day. And they did show off a lot of the things. I mean, we got to see the one town. We got to see the battle mechanics, how they're battling.
We got our first experience of a trial, what those will be like.
Yeah, so I think that for a demo and what it showed, it did well. I didn't mind the length of it.
Yeah, I wish it was a little longer. I feel like the Oris demo was a lot longer because you were jumping to different islands and stuff. But
that's true. Yeah. I think they kind of kept it short and simple because we had all the data mining, and the last region, the last demo we got, people tore that thing apart. So yeah. I think they gave us exactly what we needed to see at this point in time. So
a month out.
Yeah, I think it did well for its intended purpose. So you want to talk about some of the camera angles?
Yeah, it's I kind of got used to it. Like when we were out in the field and stuff, the camera was fine, but navigating the first city, whose name I forget, it's Howley, maybe, I don't know, but it's kind of difficult navigating through the town. It's I eventually memorized the layout of the town, so it's not as difficult. But just that first time going through the town, it's wait, where am I going? Where's everything? It was a little tough. I almost wish there was a mini map.
I think that's one of those things that you'll kind of get used to.
Yeah.
Because I think it might be one of the bigger, the biggest town that we'll get. Yeah.
So I think it's also a big departure from what we used to, just the straight top-down angles that very rarely change.
Right. And I think it's one of those things that just you got to get more accustomed to.
Yeah.
Learn more about. Overall, look-wise, I did enjoy. Well, first of all, I enjoyed riding on that Tauros. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and I liked how they did it when you did ride on them, and then you enter the battle. How
you were still in your riding costume.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool to me. And you can ride them through the city. I didn't think you were gonna be allowed to ride them through the cities and stuff.
It feels like Tauros almost replaced the bike in a way.
Yeah, that's what I kind of felt like, but I don't know. There's been a bike in every game, so
yeah, they'll probably still have it.
Yeah,
but they might add something to it that the others, the ride Pokemon, can't do.
It'll probably just be a lot faster because Tauros was fast, but it wasn't as fast as the Mac bike.
Well, if you're charging, is you can be pretty fast, but again, it's kind of like running. You got to hold down B to do it.
Yeah,
but it does feel like they might be replacing HMs, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the purpose for introducing these new Pokemon.
Yeah, because you just call them out of nowhere, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, okay. Music of the game. Music was good. Was good. It was very. What's the word I'm looking for? It was very
islandy.
Yeah,
very
calming. It
yeah, it was very.
It fit the world.
You got a tropical feel to it. The second I heard the music, I knew this was a different game. It wasn't the generic. It was very. Even the battle music was completely different.
Right.
So this is, to me, it had a completely different feel. The second the music hit, I instantly knew it was a different game. So
it didn't feel like a Pokemon game until you actually got into a battle. It felt like you were playing something completely different when it came in terms of them talking. And you walking around the town and everything, and
much
the way it
cinematic.
started. Yeah, the way it started with talking to the mom, I think they did a great job of making it more than just battling, more than just what they've been traditionally giving us in Pokemon games. And I really liked it. I really liked the intro cinematic thing they had going on with the mom and the letter and everything. It was really nice, a very nice change.
Yeah, and this actually brings up today was the second event. It was the Sun Lady Girl thing that they did. And that, while it didn't give you anything, it did tell me something about how they're kind of handling the cinematic thing, is that nothing is too small to have a cinematic, it feels like. Because, if you haven't done that event, spoilers, that girl who's talking about this boy who saved her, is a Machamp, and he just walks up and kind of takes her, like they go to the beach or something. It's like, what? Like I was very confused, but like there was an actual cutscene to it, and it's just like it's a very nothing thing, but there was a cutscene, and I feel like that kind of shows that doesn't matter how small it is, like we just want to do this cinematic stuff because we've never done it before, and we want to just kind of encompass the game with it.
I like that, especially the cinematics that they showed with Team Skull. The interactions with Team Skull were so beautiful to me, and they made me like that team more than any other team already, just from their mannerisms, the way they act, the way they talk. It's just they feel different, and I like that a lot.
I'm already saying, I said this 100 times, Team Skull are not the bad guys of this region. They are misunderstood, and maybe they done one or two things that were bad, but they're not the bad guys. I can totally see them. Like you said, I fell in love with their mannerisms, the way they talk. They're perfect. They beat Team Rocket for me. So I'm calling it right now. They're not good guys, but they're definitely not the bad guys.
They're the guys.
They're gonna end up helping you in the long term. That's what I think is gonna happen.
All right, changes to battle. Battles were great. The battle was good.
They were clean. They were like we haven't done doubles or triples yet, but there wasn't really any to slow down. We've experienced with Oris and X and Y. Everything felt very clean.
I did like how when you were in the grass and did that like wave of grass and then the Pokemon showed up. That was kind of cool. The intro for it. I did not like how when you used the move on a Pokemon and it was super effective, it told you that type was super effective from then on out.
Well, they talked about it. It's like the first time you encounter something, it won't. But like since you've already encountered it and you should know its typing at that point because it's in the Pokedex, like because your Pokedex recorded it, it's gonna show you the types. Which I get that's more for new players and experienced players, but it's like I kind of wish you could turn it off.
Yeah, I was talking to John earlier, and I said that's a fine feature to have in the game, as long as when you go to battle against somebody, competitively or
that'd be cool
online.
if it was just off if you're battling another trainer.
Yeah, you have the option to turn it off because in the last game when you have the you can choose the rules of battle. I hope that this is one of those things that you can turn that off because there's a lot of mistakes that people make when playing against each other that give their opponent the edge. And
yeah, I feel like it's almost cheating in like competitive. You automatically know every weakness.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I mean, it doesn't say if it's like 2 or 4 times effective. So there are those slip ups you can still do.
Like,
but it's not much of a slip up.
I can't tell you how many times John and I used to battle, and I had a Drapion that threw him off every time because he forgot what type it was.
Well, I will say this though. The reason this concerns me is because what would happen if you have a I forgot his name from Black and White. He transforms. He has disguise as an ability. Zoroark.
Yeah.
What if you come out with a Zoroark, right?
Oh.
And you battle a Zoroark before. And
would record for Zoroark or for the Pokemon is imitating?
Because
That's
I was
true.
thinking.
I would think it would do the Pokemon is imitating.
No, because you don't have the super effectiveness.
No, because what I'm
But
saying
you look
is,
like that Pokemon, so it's probably recording for that Pokemon you're disguised. Like if you come out as a Machamp, it might treat you as a fighting type until you get hit or something.
Because
like they're not gonna
because I can see something that small slipping right by them.
Yeah.
This happened before, where something small like this has slipped right on their radar, and I mean they're dealing with 800 plus Pokemon, so I can see them forgetting something like that. That's actually my biggest concern, because people use Zoroark a lot. You know what I mean? And I can see that being a problem. But other than that, I don't see a problem with that as long as you can turn it off.
Yeah, now, I just think that you should be able to turn it off. It's great for new players, but I'm like, I would hate to go against somebody that's using that feature because I'm like, I don't have an edge anymore.
Yeah. Now, another feature I noticed that you guys didn't bring up is you can look at your own stats. Like
I was going to bring that up.
Oh,
like, I like the fact that you can now check
so cool.
all your stat boosts and your stat drops.
So if you
I like the fact
I
like the fact there's a little eye there so you can check all your attack moves without having to go into like here's your Pokemon, here's your summaries and everything. You can actually just tap the eye and see what it is, and that was very helpful for something else we'll talk about a little later with the Z moves.
I like that a lot because like let's say use Growl, Howl. It actually shows you, and you can actually check your opponents too. So
it's like every Pokemon stats on the field.
Yeah, I went against a Rockruff, and they use Howl, and their stats, it shows how many stages it went up, and I think that is really cool, because we already know we know that this move goes up by 2 stages.
Yeah, but also if you're not paying attention, you might forget like oh, how many times did I use this move? Because I've been battling a couple of guys in a row. My PP's lowered from everything. It's like, oh, I only did it twice now. It's Like, so I can use sword dance one more time to max out my attack stat.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was a cool feature.
Because that's also something I know new players have trouble with is how many times can I do this before I max out?
The game is you can tell that they're definitely gearing it for new players. They're trying to get more people into the game and just help out new players, which, like I said, that's not bad. It's just it kind of sucks. Some of the features do kind of suck.
Yeah, I almost wish there was a feature they did in Black and White 2 that I almost wish they would bring back for this game just for the experienced players, which was like the hard mode. Because I played through Black 2 in hard mode from the get-go because I got the game late. My friend had already beaten it, so I could transfer the key. Especially and it was so much fun. Like, and I still didn't have trouble with it except for like one gym leader I had issues with. But everything else I never lost a battle, and it was still harder. All the AIs were smarter, and like I wish they would bring that back almost.
That's
because for the experienced players, like
I think that's what they need.
See, back then that would have been an issue though, because you have to transfer all your Pokemon to a different game, get them back. Now you have Pokemon Bank. Now you can put all your Pokemon in your bank and start over fresh in a harder level.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I think something like this will work better now.
Yeah, I think they need to do that for experienced players versus new players, because it seems like they're trying to find a good medium for both. And I'm like, instead of finding a medium, just let you choose easy or hard and do it that way.
I did think about this the other day. I was watching a Game Explain video, and it kind of made me think of this. They should have an easy, normal, and hard mode, right? You choose which mode you want to do. And also, not only does the game determine the difficulty of the AI, if you pick easy, harder, like rare, I was going to say Digimon, harder Pokemon are going to be even harder to find.
Oh,
but the game's
also,
easier. If
so,
it's normal,
if you're playing a harder difficulty, rare Pokemon are easier to find.
Yeah,
right.
But
it might be a couple percentages.
But the AIs are going to be savage. They're going to be strong. So I thought that would be a good, because if I'm starting
out,
that. Yeah, if
I
I'm
would
starting
too.
out,
because I would automatically pick hard mode and be able to complete my Pokedex easier.
Yeah, I would play hard mode too.
Yeah, it's just you'll have difficulty because everything will be harder, stronger in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have that difficulty factor that we all want. And I say normal would just be normal, of course.
It'd be like playing any other game.
Yeah, and then easy will be dumb it down. If the gym leader has 3 Pokemon, maybe take 1 away. Maybe take out
maybe lower levels by 2 for trainers. Like Elite 4, like I can imagine there being a 5-level difference between each difficulty.
Yeah,
right. Elite 4, like you're fighting level 40, 45, and 50 for an Elite 4.
Well, it's
battles.
like in what was it, Heart Gold Soul Silver, where you battled them and then you came back and battled them again, and they were much stronger.
Yeah.
Just have that split to where if you pick easy, that first tier is what you're gonna always go against. But if you do hard, then they're
although hopefully it's not the 40 to 60 level difference that.
Oh, that was a big difference. But if
you a considerable level difference that shows that you have been fighting.
I'll make them all like level 80.
Well, what I was saying, because think about it,
90.
If you put it easy, let's say you want to breeze through the game, have fun, play easy. Normal, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, and then when you feel confident enough, you just go to hard.
Yeah,
and that does work with Bank because I never wanted to I wanted to wait until my friend had beaten it to start hard mode because I didn't want to have to trade everything over to a different version and whatever. But if you can transfer all your Pokemon to Bank and just hey, I got this one Charjabug here that's just going to be in the PC so that when I restart, that's the only thing I lose, whatever.
Man, you're still on that Charjabug, bro. You talk about him every single discussion we have. Yes, you have. Every single discussion.
It was the first one that came to my head. I couldn't remember what his first form was called. The little guy. Grubbin? Yeah.
Grubbin. All right, so how you guys feel about the trials?
I thought it was interesting. I like that. I know they're trying to. It kind of feels like a gym battle, but not at the same time. So I kind of like that because
I think it was interesting to say the least. I liked how
it did incorporate battles, but you also had to do other stuff along with it.
Yeah,
and that was pretty interesting.
I like that as long as they don't have you doing some crazy, super crazy out there quest. But for the most part, I thought it was very interesting. It kind of broke the formula that we normally get. But it was still there enough to know, okay, we're doing something important. There's going to be a leader at the end kind of thing. So, overall, I think it was...
Well, we didn't encounter a leader in this trial. We did get to fight our first totem Pokemon, though, and that was interesting.
I have the positive and negative of the trial. I like the trial a lot, the one that we specifically had. I like the difficulty of that dragon. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys struggle with him at all?
Not too much.
You took them out easily, or
not easily.
They take more than 3 turns.
Yeah,
it took about 3 turns.
That's what I like because with gym leaders, their Pokemon only lasts 1 turn.
Yeah,
for me, because I usually overtrain. So we
also had set levels of Pokemon.
Yeah, I do hope that these are that whatever because I don't think every single one of them is going to be a wild Pokemon. I think some of them will end up being like an actual trial leader, since we know there's some trial
I feel like we'll actually fight them at some point. I'm not sure if it'll be during the trials or later.
Yeah.
I feel like some of them that will definitely want to fight you during trials, though.
No, I do agree. I hope that the trials are not something as crazy as like, hey, go talk to Maria about the flower shop.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I do want them to be more interactive.
Yeah.
And more. The camera thing was cool. I got a Pokemon Snap feeling, guys. Check out in the future when we doing a Pokemon Snap theory video that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. You know, Admiral, you don't mind if I advertise that, right?
That's fine.
Are you good with it?
Yeah, we're good.
You can totally cut it out if you don't feel like
No,
it.
you
Don't cut it out.
You want to go ahead and advertise your channel too?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But it is Princeton Production. If you guys have any questions, concern, comments.
Dude.
Anyways, though, I do like the I really do like the trials. I just don't want it to be something like that where it's like kind of like
Fetch questy?
yeah. The
exactly.
picture thing was really cool.
Yeah, it's like we haven't gotten too many examples. Like there's the one where you're looking for ingredients to like cook something for the grass girl.
I just hope they don't overdo it with the pictures, because I'm like, that's a very cool feature. I just hope that they don't overdo it.
I think they did it for. I don't think they will. I think it was specifically in this to show the feature.
Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Picture, I think, believe it or not, I think the picture is going to be like, you know how you have Pokédelion, you have contests, you have like...
It's going to be this...
I think that's what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that there's certain parts of the map that will have openings that you can take pictures.
Yeah, you could see one in the towns. Like, it was one they showed up in the trailer, where there's that little hole in the side of the wall where they saw a Pikachu. I'm wondering if this is also going to, like, give you more rare encounters. Like, when we were doing it in the trial, you would encounter... Jangmo-o and Hakamo'os. But like, will you be able to start a Pokemon to fight you using this, or is that just a thing they did for this trial?
I think you can.
I think if they find out, like, I think.
Well, they did that with the first, with the last one that we went against.
They'll fight you.
Well, yeah, it's like every time you took a picture of one, they'd fight you.
Yeah, I think they'll do something like that. I don't know about every single Pokemon you take a picture of.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be everything, because like the ones we showed, it's like they never showed that off. It might just be for the trial, but I feel like you would be able to encounter certain Pokemon.
I think they'll have Pokemon have different like aggression levels. Like if you do catch this one, he's gonna throw hands, but other ones might just run away, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. So I think it'll vary depending on the Pokemon.
I like the idea of maybe like have Mimikyu or any other ghost type where you can only encounter him by taking a picture.
Oh yeah.
Because you know how in Tokyo there's the pictures. There's like this whole phenomenon going on of taking pictures of
ghost photos and stuff.
Ghost photos.
Dude, I love that if you just took a picture, but like as it like developed, is like there's the Pokemon in it.
Yeah,
that would be super cool.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about. That I was like,
I'm sure that happens at some point because ghosts are pretty big in Pokemon.
Well, I thought that would work perfect with Mimikyu. It would work perfect with Hunter, and it would work perfect with.
I'm not sure about Mimikyu, but Haunter I can see because he's an actual incorporeal ghost. Mimikyu's got the puppet.
And Dusknoir. I thought it would work great with that whole line.
Oh, it would work with them.
And I thought that would be awesome, and I agree with you. I think they should have an aggression level where like they're likely to attack you or not.
Yeah.
Because but I fell in love with the idea of maybe you take a picture of a friend and then like, and that'll be cool to do if like, you know how you have bases in Pokemon Auras? If you can take like, let's say I'm playing and I'm online and you see my character's just standing idly somewhere and you take a picture of me and then maybe you see like a ghost type. Or another cool mechanic I thought that they can use with that camera, which this was supposed to be a review, but I kind of want to bring the thoughts of that camera thing because I see a lot of use for it, is if I take a picture of you, maybe there's a Pokemon in the background, and now you can find that Pokemon that was from my game.
Oh, that would be cool.
Or something like that.
Oh, that'd be neat.
So if you have Moon and I have Sun, maybe now you can catch this one in your game, but there's only one, and you don't know what area it is.
Yeah.
Fun fact that
that would be pretty awesome.
Also, the Rotom thing. How do you guys feel about the Rotom? See, my DS, my 3DS is red, and Rotom's color scheme, it's red. So I was telling Admiral about how it feels like my whole DS is the Rotom.
That's actually mine's pink, so I don't get that feeling.
Nah, mine's white, so I don't get it either. I do like it. I think they're gonna have a lot of cool features coming with the Pokédex. I think it's gonna be very, very nice. I think they seem to have a lot more features that are very useful to players. So I think we're going to get more useful stuff coming from this Pokédex. Yeah, and the fact that it's alive, I think they're going to use that as a way to say, hey, here's more better applications you can use on your Pokédex, because it kind of makes sense because he's alive. So, but I do like the look of it, though. I just don't have the luxury of having a red DS.
I feel like I'm the only person. I have brought this up to so many of my friends, and everybody's like, yeah, I have a pink, or oh, I have a blue, or I have the Legend of Zelda one. I'm like, am I the only person that's experiencing this?
All right, Ash Greninja. Thoughts, opinions?
I thought the reveal in the actual thing was really good because you don't actually fight two Pokemon at once to activate Battle Bond until you get to fighting the final Hakamo'o, the Totem version. And then they throw out a Rock type, which you're super effective against, and then you get to evolve.
Yeah, I was kind of confused why they threw down that Rock Ruff. I'm like, well, that was random.
It's like you would expect it to be a Jungmo or something.
Yeah.
But like that was really good because you knock it out and then you get to go into Battle Bond to finish off Hakamo'o with him, and I thought that was really cool.
I did like them. I think it's nice to be able to have Pokemon that transform like that through Battle Bond. I mean, it didn't hurt anything. I don't see a reason why not to have it in the game.
I don't expect him to actually be better than Protein Greninja, but I still think he's
not.
Pretty cool.
No, he's not. But like I said, it didn't hurt. There was nothing wrong with having that. One move got stronger, and that's it. So I don't see a problem with that.
I will say this though, going forward, I would not mind if maybe we got Ash's Pikachu and more Ash's Pokemon, because Ash does have special bonds with certain Pokemon, and even though I want it to be the level of Megas, maybe one per game. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting.
So this region's Greninja, whatever.
Well, we normally get like one weird Pokemon. Like we got the Notch-eared Pichu and Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Like in X and Y, we were they never did the event for it, but there was also the AZ's Floette that had different stats and everything. So it'd be interesting if we always do kind of get a Pokemon.
Yeah,
like
just
that.
let us trade it over this time. You know, they didn't let us trade over that Pichu, so
yeah.
So I was like, it's cool to train.
Do you think we can actually trade over Cosplay Pikachu?
No,
I don't think so.
No, I think they're game exclusive. That's why I say if they're gonna do these cool Pokemon, that's fine. Just make it where you can trade them over.
Also, what happens?
Yeah, because why would I want to train one if I can't keep it? You know.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, what would happen if? Because doesn't one of the monkeys have the ability to copy an ability?
Oh yeah.
So what would happen?
Passimian.
So what happens if Greninja falls? And he takes this ability. Does he turn into Ash's?
That'd be funny.
I don't know.
It won't happen, but it'd be funny. I feel like there's certain abilities that won't be able to.
I feel like somebody out there is gonna purposely try that now when the game comes out.
I am.
Yeah. But
you gotta try it with him and Darmatan.
Yeah.
For Zen mode.
Oh, you're a little mistaken though, because it isn't just. I mean, I'm pretty sure Water Shuriken does get a boost. Like even if it's just goes up to 30 instead of 15, that's still a pretty good boost for a priority multi-hit move.
Yeah.
But I actually did bother to check his stats after he battle bonded, and he gets some pretty good stat boosts.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he gets about a 10% boost to his speed and about a 40% boost to both his attack stats.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
he might be worth using after all.
Yeah, it's Greninja has some pretty good stats as it is. So if he gets even just a little bit of a speed boost and those physical attack and special attack boosts, especially the physical attack boosts, because there's a lot of really good Uber sets that run the physical stuff. Although those are kind of protein hinged because of using Shadow Sneak to switch into to.
I wonder if more starters will get Battle Bond.
I'd like that
instead of Megas. Like, what if this is like a alternative for Mega for certain starters?
Yeah.
That would be very interesting.
I'm gonna call it right now. Ash is gonna get Rowlet, right? Because it kind of showed up in the poster, right?
Yeah, it's right next to him.
I can see Ash having Ash's whatever the name of the last evolution Rowlet, like he has with Greninja. I noticed that this was when the trailer came out. People were more hype about Ash's Greninja than the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Like when you saw people's reaction to it.
Yeah.
So going forward, I feel like they can do that very easily and just give whatever Pokemon Ash gets that season, do the whole Ash's Greninja thing to every starter from every region going forward. And I think that since now that it's been confirmed, spoiler, pause the video for the next 10 seconds. Now that it's been confirmed that the Archer leak is the one that's the final evolution for Rowlet, that looks like something that Ash will have that can turn into like Ash's Rowlet. Because Water Shuriken, it's probably one of the weakest water moves there is.
It is.
But when he evolves, especially in the show, it becomes like a very deadly move. Like it's actually gone against Draco Meteors. It's gone against what's the move that the grass one, Frenzy Plant. It cuts Frenzy Plant. So I can see
it's not that strong. It's like we don't know the I don't know the exact boost yet. I'm imagining it's 100% boost. We raised it from 15 to 30, but that's 35 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even counting stab either. Gotta make it 45 with stab.
Yeah.
So like as long as it deals like at least 30 damage, like if it goes up to 20 and does 30 damage per hit instead of being at 15, then that's still a ton of damage.
And we know that Rowlet has its own move. So I can see that move being weak. Sorry. I can see that move being weak, and when he goes into like Ash's Rowlet, it becomes stronger, just like Greninja. It's something that the second that evolution was confirmed, I freaking knew it. I was like, Ash is getting Greninja.
It makes me wonder if they're gonna do the same thing with like the Johto starters. Then
they need some love
because
they're not doing anything.
Kanto getting too much love.
No, I feel like they might do the same with the Johto starters because Ash.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna talk about the. Never. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because Ash does have his Totodile. He has his Meganium. He has everything from that region.
Isn't it still a Bayleaf?
I think it might be a Bayleaf.
Yeah, it is Bayleaf. Yeah.
So I can kind of picture him getting like them doing something like that with these if they're gonna do like an alternative.
I like
to
that.
Megas.
I want there to be some Johto love because Kanto's getting all the love. It's all Kanto and Alola and nothing in between.
Yeah, they're trying to use old regions to get new players involved. And
they're trying to get all the people who are playing Pokemon Stop to play Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it's like I said, it sucks for experienced players and people who
like other gens.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks, but we take what we can get, right?
Take what we can get.
All right, Z moves. The Z move that Pikachu used.
Gigavolt Havoc.
Like I was telling John, I'm like, Z moves are cool, but they gotta bump up the strength of the Pokemon that you're fighting.
True. But Z moves are actually kind of interesting because from what I saw only Gigavolt Havoc being used with Thunderbolt, but apparently other people were smarter than me and went and they caught the Pikachus in the catch game and gave it the Z moves, and so when it would use either Nuzzle or Electro Ball, they were actually different. So if the move you take PP from to use the Z move determines the power and if it's physical or special.
Okay.
So you use you could literally here's an idea. You get Ash Greninja, you give it the water Z crystal, you teach it Hydro Pump specifically just so you can use the Torrent move with that.
Yeah.
It's that's a ton of damage. So you do that to start off. You go straight into Ash Greninja basically because you're knocking out your first opponent. And
see, and that's why I feel like the Pokemon that you're fighting against have to be a little bit stronger because they're giving you a super move to use.
I think if they're wild, they should be weaker. If they're a trainer, it should be very strong.
Yeah, like the trial captains should be strong, and make it where that they're gonna give me the suit. They're gonna give me Z moves. Well, maybe
we
I
also
need
don't know
to
when
use it.
they're giving you Z moves because if you look at X and Y, you didn't get your first Mega until after the 3rd gym. You didn't get your first Mega until almost the 5th gym in Oris. So it's it might be a while before we actually get to use Z moves.
I don't think you're gonna get C moves until you get into the halfway point until you start going until you get near the legendary, because I can see every game. We know that the enemy boss always tries to take control of the Pokemon. That's the generic trope of every Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can see them trying to take control of Lunala or
the Ultra
Solgaleo and or the Ultra Beast. And a C move sounds like exactly what you need to take down an Ultra Beast.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I can see them in a cutscene. They give you a ring, and they give you a generic stone of whatever type of your starter is. I can see them giving you the stone to your starter, and that's how you beat the Ultra Beast. Or
and have it where you can beat them normal. It's just you might need that.
Work,
yeah, you need that extra boost, and I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's cool.
I do like that we figured out though how it works. That it isn't just here's a Z move, it's set damage and it's always special. It's you can actually tailor it to your Pokemon.
Yeah. And
you can actually build sets that utilize it more or less. Mm-hmm. So I think that's pretty cool.
All right, and the last thing you guys wanted to talk about was Dugtrio.
Dugtrio! For those of you who don't know, occasionally you can find this girl on the beach on your way up to the trial cave, and she will say there's a weird Pokemon on that island, and it's the only other time you can really use your camera, and you can look out there, and there is a very hairy Dugtrio.
Dugtrio looks funny.
Yeah, it's basically, it looks exactly like Dugtrio, but it's got hair.
Yeah.
That's on the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges hair.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why they did that. What are the changes going to be compared to this?
Yeah, we were talking about it before, and you guys thought it might be a pure rock type, because it was the hair was based on a type of volcanic rock that you can find in Hawaii. I thought, for some other reasons, that it might be grass, because it might be like a plant growing out of its head, so it might be a ground grass type, which is a type we only have Torterra. So it's like, so like a fast pure rock type would be cool because we don't have many of those. But at the same time, another ground grass type would also be cool because he looks the same as normal Dugtrio too.
I think a ground and grass type would be nice because, like you said, we only have Torterra. Like only, not even the line, just only Torterra.
Rock and electric. That's what I'm going for. If Graveler, it's not ground and electric, then I will want this one to be.
We're not talking about Graveler.
That's in the league. Guys, scrap that out.
All right. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this before we start getting into the leaked material. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about from the actual demo really quick before we end this thing?
Dude, your mom can get it. In this game? The mom?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you want to talk about? That your mom is hot? Seriously?
In this game, yeah.
Threw me off for a second. I'm like, what?
I thought you were actually talking about his mother.
Yeah, I was like,
not the Indian mom.
All right, guys. Well, hashtag the mom can get it. Let's do that. Let's make that a thing. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you all next time.
See ya.
Peace.